works. All right, after this, I will have to go back and watch and see if y'all heard me say, I don't know if this works. So anyway, hey everybody, it is Mental Health Matters on a Saturday night. Used to be called Suicide for Instance Saturday, but YouTube didn't like that. So we stopped that. Hi everyone. Why are we here? Because 2 out of every 3 gun deaths we hear about are suicides. And when they tell us there's been 30,000 deaths this year, it's true. What they're not being honest about is it not 30,000 violent deaths. Well, they are violent because someone shot themselves. Okay, let me rephrase that. They are suicide. 20,000 of those 30,000 are suicides. 10,000 are various other things. And they go into multiple categories: gang violence, domestic violence, armed robbery, so on and so forth. But that 20,000, that big number right there, 20,000 deaths a year, that's a lot. And that is mental health. And that is why we are here, because mental health matters. And Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. We're right in between all of that. So I still feel like saying Merry Christmas and that sort of thing. So G23, I'm so glad you are here today. I'm glad I called you out at GWebs. Why can I not see what is there? Mental Health Matters. Welcome to the show. Thank you, DJ. Look, no hands. I will just keep my hands up here so I don't mess up anything that DJ is doing. Because that is why earlier this year you got the shortest live ever, which Hillbilly then talked about after the show. It was literally the intro played and then the outro played. So it was like 1.5 minutes of live. So I think I win for shortest shortest live video of 2024. So anyway, all right. So here we are, getting close to New Year's Eve. We got 3 days left, and then it will be 2025. So great to see everyone here in the chat. G23, I was thinking of you today because this might be a longer one. We might go to 45 minutes. Hey, G23, thanks for the first thumbs up. And yes, it's free and it does help the channel. And here we go. So another year, almost done. 3 days left, right? If I'm looking at my calendar, that's what it says. Oh, how many are sort of like, oh, we got through Christmas. And we have that moment of, okay, it's not as crazy out there. Yeah, Hillbilly's comment over on YouTube cracks me up the most. Great video retention on that live short. People watched it all the way through because they were waiting for it to actually start. I was definitely like clicking like a mad person, which DJ on the other side was probably clicking like a mad person trying to get it stopped, which is probably why we did ourselves in, which is, well, I'll just leave my jazz hands up here for the rest of the show. And DJ's like, yeah, sure you will. You can't help yourself. But I don't think I'm going to show any videos. We do have a lot for you tonight. So that's why I'm happy G23 is here, because he's always asking for a long form. And I got plenty to talk about, y'all. To you about, Mark Thomas. I was out getting pedicures today and I had to show my sister-in-law a picture of you and your beard. So that's how famous you are. So Tara, great to see you out there. Hillbilly, thanks again for popping in. Jamie, you are also one of my favorite beard guys. Like, the grandpa beard just does beautiful things for you. All right. DJ, did I forget to say hi to anybody yet? I know it's early in the show, but I know you sort of keep close to, that. Words. Here, you add yourself. I won't add you to the screen. Uh-oh, now I can't hear him. Maybe I will add you to the screen. Oh no, now he's muted again. All right, I'm gonna grab the mouse so I can go up. All right, so we got Hillbilly, Mark, Tara, Chasing Ghost, Jamie. I think that's everybody that said hi so far, other than me and DJ. Oh, Krabby Turtle, my favorite, pink hand waving. And one of these days, I think maybe I was thinking about that today too, as I was getting ready for you guys, because I actually started getting this ready yesterday. So like I'm way ahead. And yes, it's true, hillbilly. Ladies do love the beards. All right. So thoughts around another year done, the changing of the calendar. For some, we're going to think about, sorry. See, this is, I'm going to touch the thing again because I'm going to hide the comments for a moment. So I will stay on target for a minute because Mark Thomas's comment about his wife cracks me up. Although I'm sure it's not true because she did marry you after all. So, thoughts of another year coming to an end. As we get older, time gets smaller and smaller. And if you would like to know why that is, you could always read A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking and understand how time actually works, how it may or may not be linear. But if that's too heavy for you, let me break it down into simple math. Ready? When you were 1 year old, 1 year is 100% of your life. Now, when you are 10 years old, 1 year is 1/10 of your life, right? When we are 50 years old, now 1 year isn't even a fifth of your life or a 10th of your life or any of that. So the longer we're here on this earth, the longer the smaller time seems because it's smaller relative to how long we've been here. This goes back to the conversation today, just about how yesterday could have been a month ago, a year ago, a decade ago. Not really sure. So, looking back on this year, 2024, what makes you super happy that you were there for? Right? So, maybe it was just this past week, Christmas. Maybe you got a really cool Christmas gift. Well, G23 did not get a crazy Christmas gift. He got surgery apparently on his hand the day before Christmas. But I'm with you, dude. 2-3 years ago, I had that knee surgery the Friday before Christmas. So I got you. I understand. The reality of it is, when you look back on this year, there is both the most awesome things that could ever possibly happen to you and probably some of the most devastating, challenging things that you've ever had to get through, whether it's the loss of a loved one, just losing a job, having a horrible coworker, whatever it is for you, getting a flat tire. See, that's what I think of for Taurus. That's got to kind of suck. Not that I'm hoping you get a flat tire, but for those of you who new to the show, Tara drives truck. And so that's why I think getting a flat tire would kind of suck. Anywho, here's the deal. What really happens right up here, because this is mental health matters, right? If we focus on the crappy stuff, guess what happens to the crappy stuff? It grows, it gets more of our attention, and it's bigger and bigger and bigger. And it really, really sucks because we pay attention to it and it grows. Now, if we take our time and focus on the stuff that was really awesome, the fun things that we've done, the cool people we've met, the fun times that we've had, then we can make that grow instead. And why do I have my highlighter? It's because I have notes and I have to go through them. So here's the thing. I know I've talked to y'all about this before. For those of you who are new, by the way, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the thing. I don't know if I ever said, my name is Brooke Cheney. In the back room, I have DJ helping me out with all the technical issues, and he will pop up comments and stuff for me so I can stay on track. So this isn't an hour, and I don't run into Hillbilly's show. For those of you who have not been here before, at the top of this hour, whatever time zone you are in, Hillbilly Up has a show after this. He just goes for like 2 full hours, which is longer than I can handle. But it's awesome if you can. All right. So as we go through stuff, bad stuff that happens to us, guess what? Makes us ready for the next stuff we got to go through. Builds that muscle, baby. Every time we get through something that is not spectacular and we do not enjoy, at the time, it is not awesome. However, if you didn't die and you made it through, you now have, sorry, I hate to laugh at this because it's kind of horrible, but you either have a new amazing coping skill, or you might be a little bit colder, or you might have some not so great coping skills. You know, we're going to throw in there somewhere in there. But when you get through stuff that is not enjoyable, stuff you don't like, stuff that does not make you happy, if you didn't die, you're still going. So there's still a better day that could happen tomorrow. So, what do we need to know? As we go through the garbage of the year, appreciate it, acknowledge it, realize you learned something for it. And if you don't know what you learned, it's okay. We can just let it go anyway. And then look at the blessings that are in your life. There are so many things in our lives that at the time really stink. But then when we go back and look, if that thing, whatever that thing is in your life that was not awesome, you got through that and you're stronger for it and better for it. And the next time life throws you that curveball, you got how much more to understand. And it's easier to get through that next thing, which is why I have yet another book for you. If any of you are in the program being Alcoholics Anonymous, which I am not part of the Alcoholics Anonymous, but I do love the book because I can poke open. Wow, I can open this up to any day. What is today? Because I did not do this part. I was going to do this part, but I didn't. So I can go to December 28th. Where are we? Meditation for the day. Although unseen, the Lord is always near to those who believe in him and trust him and depend on him for the strength to meet the challenges of life. Although veiled from mortal sight, the higher power is always available to us whenever we humbly ask for it. The feeling that God is with us should not depend on any passing mood of ours. We should try to be always conscious of his power and love in the background of our lives. So, this is why I love little tiny books like this. There's something that you can just pop open, read really quick, and it's usually empowering or can talk to you. And if it talked to you, then yay. And this is why, regardless of what your religion is, the idea of a higher power makes people happier. They've done tons of studies, and those with a faith, any faith, are happier than those who are without faith, because we believe in something that is bigger than us. Because thinking that we are the only ones in control of what we're doing, that's kind of overwhelming. And it's way more fun to think this is meant to be. So if you are here, it's meant to be. Okay, next. Okay. Ooh, it's been a giving season. Now, usually people will ask, and maybe I'll go back to the comments because right now I'm not looking, so I can try to stay on track because there's a lot of stuff and I'm very excited. You should see all the books I have for you all. So what were you more excited about at Christmas time or Hanukkah? Were you excited about the stuff you received, or were you excited about the stuff you got to give away to others? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Receiving stuff, depending on what you received, it could be really cool. Or giving stuff. What was your favorite? I'm going to wait a minute because I realize anytime I ask a question, I need to wait at least 10 seconds because that's what the lag time is. So, Mr. DJ, while I'm waiting my 10 seconds, if we have your voice back, I'm going to add you.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Can you go ahead and do the roll call?
I'd be happy to. You're right about that pink hand waving always being the first guy in the room. Krabby Turtle, indeed, was here first. G23 popped in, still around. Jason Ghost is here. Well, so is Hillbilly Up. Mark Thomas. We got Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies is out there tonight. JH586, hope he's going to feel better soon. Fiona is in, showing that she can rock. That's the short count for now, but I'm going to put something up for Mark Thomas. He recently commented this, and bring yourself back in.
All right, I'm working. I clicked on things. I didn't hang up the phone. I'm doing gooder. Yeah. Okay. My grandma, who loves grammar, is like rolling over in a grave right now. All right. I've begun to see and realize the impact I have on students for the last 22 years. I have students now whose parents I had years ago. Yeah, it is. Actually, that was something else I was thinking about. Besides, when I was thinking about your beard, of course, earlier today, and showing it off to my sister-in-law. So, because I was showing her a picture of you, and then I showed her the picture of you in the paintball stuff so that she would be able to know who was who. But anyway, that was my favorite. You were did not look like that when you were married in 1994. Well, she's still married to you though. So I still think that you're still married. So it's good. We never know the impact that we have. it's one of those things where when I did the podcast interview with Walk the Talk America with Mike and Jake, and at the end of their podcast, I think they still do this, they ask, why do you do what you're doing? And honestly, it was this one person, right? Because like 2018 is when I started this, November or October, sometime in 2018, end of 2018. And August of the following year, I'm pretty sure it was 2019, or I'm pretty sure, like in the very beginning, I got a message on Facebook. Because remember, this used to only be on Facebook. And it was from a gentleman who I really legit can't tell you his name because I don't recall that part. But he said to me, Brooke, in your 15-minute thing, you've helped me more than my 3 counselors over the past 6 months. And that one comment that one person sent to me is one of the main things that have kept me going over all this time. And yet I have no idea who else I've managed to help. And so often we don't get to see how our pebble in the pond that causes the ripple actually affects the world around us. So I am super happy for you that after 22 years of teaching, you're getting to see the kids of the kids you taught. I'm sure that doesn't make you feel old at all or anything along those lines. Um, but it's like, it's not everybody gets to see that. Chasing Ghost, to me, I'm like, she drives everywhere. She doesn't hit anybody. She doesn't run over everybody. So, those are all good things that have a positive impact on everyone around her, but she doesn't get the feedback on that always. Learn to deal with loss, appreciate achievement, and work to be helpful to those around me. Yes. Oh, yes. And that was my 10-minute pause. I kept forgetting. So working with those around you, helping others. That's how I'm like, what were you really more excited about when it was Christmas time? Was it receiving gifts from others, or was it giving? And the reality of it is most of us are happy. Yeah, see, Hillbilly Up. Giving always makes me happy. It's like most of us love to be like, oh, this is for you. I'm going to send this to you. Would you like this? It's got a little Great Start Super School and it's got a smiley face. I want to give you a smiley face. So, oh, and you can squish it. It's one of those things. But giving stuff is so much more fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. You want to toss $1 million at me? I'll take it. I will suffer through the receiving end. But that is the other part of this that is so funny to me, is that so often we just want to give. It's like, here you go, here you go, here you go. Have a squishy ball. But then the receiving part is like, oh, you want me to have this? Oh my goodness. And I will cry because you thought about giving me something. Like Hillbilly Up, he just gave me stuff. He sent me one of the skinny knives because I made a mistake and he thought I didn't have one. And so he sent me one, and it was very, very sweet. But it's like, I do. It's like receiving is so much harder for us sometimes. All right, there's more stuff to cross off here. All right, beyond Hillbilly Up. So, Fiona did tell me about her driving back and forth to Rhode Island, and I think I talked to you just before you went, but anywho, I forget what you and I were talking about. So Christmas with the parents are in their 80s. I get to drive to Rhode Island to get them. I get to bring them home day after Christmas. Are the things that, for those of us who are taking care of our parents at this point in time, I get to is one of the words that I have to remind myself, because right now my mom's at the point where I get to take her to all of her doctor's appointments. I get to spend extra time with her before she is gone. And Fiona never said that. I'm saying it because this is what I have to do when I'm dealing with my mom. And my mom's only 75. Oh, wait, no. In 8 days, she'll be 76. So, yeah, spending time with family and appreciating it and understanding that you get to. We have my aunt home from California. So, sorry, everybody. Okay. Yeah, the giving part is just, this year I gave more toys than usual. Yeah. So we get to, I don't know, it's just there's something fun about giving stuff away because for me, like if I knew that this smiley face ball was going to make you happy receiving it, I shall put it in the mail and send it to you. And even though I don't get to see you open it and that you enjoy your little smiley face ball, but it's just because I thought of you, I have got another friend who just sends me cards randomly. She is amazing. And I'm like, I really should send her a card back. All right. So that word should, just so y'all know, that's the entrance to my next conversation. How many of you out there should do something as we're getting towards that New Year's Eve thing, right? How many of us should spend a little more time on our nutrition? How many of us should maybe do a little more exercise? How many of us should do our physical therapy? So, G23, I'm looking at you, just so we're clear. I know you're right out of surgery. Don't do physical therapy yet. However, let's see what else. How many should work on whatever project that is that we should be working on? Where is it? Ooh, did I not bring it? I did not bring it. Okay. What is this? The brief history of time. If you want to get into quantum mechanics and fun stuff like that, should. We should ourselves to death. We should not should ourselves to death, right? As New Year's approaches and we want to make New Year's resolutions and talk about getting to that next level or doing the things that we should have done last year, Tony Robbins calls that shoulding all over yourself. And yes, it sounds like something else, but I don't say those things. So next time you tell yourself that you should be doing something, ask yourself, how can I do that thing and enjoy the process? Because each time we say should, it's like us beating ourselves on the back, not patting ourselves on the back, but like, I should have done that. I should have done that. So being aware of our mental conversation. These are new things to pay attention to while we are getting ready for the new year, because this year is going to be spectacular. But here's the thing. Today may have been the best day of your life until tomorrow, because tomorrow then can be the best day of your life. And as long as you open yourself up for that opportunity, you don't have to wait a full year to accomplish something. You can just have the best day of your life tomorrow because it's a possibility. All right, more stuff. Let's see. What else are we looking forward to? We like giving. We've established that, or at least Hillbilly did. Ooh, I have very specific things. Who here, I want to do like a show of hands, which means I should just all invite you all in here so we can chat about this. Maybe I'll do that on Hillbilly's channel instead. But no, I have to go to bed. Who here has a specific plan for at least one thing they want to accomplish in the new year? Because if you haven't already heard of this, we need to make sure that we have SMART goals. And my idea before this was I was going to put up a little poster over here that I could click on. It would come up and it would say the S, and the S would be specific. You're got it. I'm sure someone out there actually does know for real. So specific SMART goals. So they're specific. They are measurable. They are attainable. They are realistic. That's not my favorite R suggestion. Y'all got a better R suggestion, let me know. And they have a timetable. So if you're going to be one of those people who makes a goal for the next 6 months, 3 months, 3 days, maybe 2 hours, I don't know, however long your goal needs to take, make sure they're SMART. Because the more specific we are, the more we can measure them, then it is more realistic. What was the A? Attainable. Attainable and realistic. Maybe those are the same thing. I don't know. And with a specific timetable. So I want more money is not a SMART goal. Because if I tell you I want more money and you give me $1, I now have more money. Was that really my goal? Probably not. If I say I want to grow my business by 50% by the first 6 months of 2025, now we have a specific measurable goal with a specific timetable. I do have a trip tentatively coming up in April, and I will need to do lots of walking for that. So, January, February, March. I have 3 months to get in shape, get my physical therapy done, and get stronger and lighter because moving less is easier than moving what's currently all here. And so it's specific. Well, no, it's not. I need to be able to walk, let's say 5 miles a day. So if it's specific at 5 miles and it's measurable, well, yeah, because I can measure distance. Is it attainable? 3 months, 5 miles from like 0 to 5. They have this thing called from couch to marathon. I think I'm going to try that. And I have a very specific timetable because I have something. So, my question to you guys, again, I will wait as much as I could. What are your thoughts for 2025? What do you think? I know I saw one more starred thing. Giving does not need to move material. I spent almost 4 hours doing some plumbing work for my retired neighbor as she could not afford. If you have skills, I mean, more appreciated than gifts. Well, yes. And when I was talking about giving, absolutely. I mean, this is sort of why I like Fiona going to her parents and picking her parents up and bringing them back and all of that. That's not money. I mean, it's money because it's gas money, but it's time. I mean, time is our most precious resource, regardless of what skills we do or do not have. And it is the most important thing that we have to give. And that quick phone call. Again, it's been a while since I've remembered to remind you guys, but if you think of someone, pick up the phone, text them, direct message them, however you communicate with that person, and just say hi. Like that minute or two that it takes my friend Kellyanne to send me a card, it's like she had to think about me. She had to find an envelope. She had to find a card. She had to put the address and she put a stamp on it and got it to the mail. It's like, yeah, it's a physical thing, but the time that she took out of her life to do that was even more special than the cards that I get from her. And we all are that blessing in someone's life. And sometimes we're aware of it and sometimes we are not. So in general, it's, DJ, come on here, sir. Where's the thing? Ha, I got you. So DJ gives his time to me every weekend to help me with these things. And it's not something physical, but it is very appreciated.
Well, I feel kind of physical right now. I mean, this chair. Are we going to talk about whether or not this table is here and is it brown? That kind of thing. No, I'm glad to be here. Like every Saturday kind of thing. It's a thing during my week that I can look forward to. I look forward to doing at least 40 something, maybe even 50 something mental health matters shows in 2025. I think that's a solid goal. I hope that yours is similar, right? Otherwise, it's going to be a lonely
yeah,
thing.
no, it should be 52. We should have 52 because we'll have to figure out a different goal other than the shortest live ever. We're gonna have to work on like the longest live I've done, maybe.
You just said that with G23 in the room, though, and I'm glad that you get that little. You qualified it right there on the end that I've done. So it's up to G23 now to research it accurately, prove it to us, provide it in triplicate, and then maybe we can go like at least 1 minute past.
Well, I mean, my thought is I'll start at 8 o'clock instead of a 9 o'clock show just for once, so then I don't step on Hillbilly show. So yes, I'm trying to figure out how I can make G23 happy after all of these years. So, but it's one of those things where, Mark just put up, giving time is giving love. And you, DJ, wait, there you are. You are giving me your time. And so thank you for your love and attention. And
it's my pleasure.
And like I said, it's like we love giving and we're awful about receiving often. So, all right, DJ, I don't know what you can do, but you got to do something because I gotta drink something. So I'm gonna go away now. You say stuff.
Well, I gotta do something. Okay, I can catch up. Those of us who have gathered in the room now include the fabulous, the funny, And the oftentimes squirrel distracting Guns of Barbecue has joined tonight. So is Fiona. Fiona's in the room, rock. And JH586, I think that was the last person that was in the room when we gave the original roll call. I'll go ahead and add my comment, my last comment to the screen. I'm looking forward to spring. I like Asian food. I think I'll make a spring roll goal for 2025, and that's to have at least one spring roll, but they're kind of small depending on where you go. So I bet I can't eat just one, and I'll probably be able to get that done relatively soon, as a matter of fact. So, having a goal that's reasonable can include others as you And if you know people, for instance, that also like Asian food, and you want to start something like a get-together club where you go out and you try this restaurant, or you try this version of something at home, where you have somebody who is good at making home-cooked Asian dishes, or somebody who is and wants to make you something that they've never made for someone else before. You can gather around a table and you can share a lot of good times around food that create bonds because of that kind of the intimacy that you can find around the table and the kind of stories that you're bound to share. And when you're in pleasant company like that and you're sharing things that you all enjoy, I can't imagine that doesn't take you at least out of the house, down the street, back home, and into your week at least a little ways. So I'm not going to say I'm starting a cooking club. I'm not going to say I'm dieting. I'm setting an out to eat dining club. But if anybody is within an hour of the Lincoln and Omaha area, if you know how to get a hold of me. I'll make a goal to meet whoever wants to meet me for food if they're passing through, kind of thing. And maybe I can start my table. Go ahead.
You do have Chasing Ghost here, and maybe on Tara Smith's Kitchen, she'll do spring rolls for you, and you can follow along. So not the same as going out to dinner with someone. However, you never know.
But a way to share food and fellowship, and that would be fun, right? So anytime you get alliteration like that, you give me 3 pieces of alliteration, and that's all in the letter F, and I'm happy. So you asked me to hang out for a second and do something. That's where I just finished doing something.
Thank you. Yeah, sorry, I was like choking to death that I needed to drink something. So good job doing something and keeping everyone entertained. So without DJ, with DJ, this job is so much easier. Not that this is a job, but this is me giving your time, giving me giving you my time. Yeah, all those things. So more stuff. Let's talk about ways to build on the things that we already do. One of the books I read in high school was Og Mandino's The Greatest Salesman in the World. And I kind of don't want to tell you about it because it's not what you think. It's probably not what you think because it is about sales, but it's more about sales for your mental health than it is like selling stuff. And I feel like let's see. I'm going to read the back because then I'm not giving away anything you can read. What you are today is not important. For in this runaway bestseller, you will learn how to change your life by applying the secrets you are about to discover in the ancient scrolls. Now, you can cheat because most of you are over on the YouTube side, and you can actually look up some of the scrolls in here. But this book has a story in it, and it has instructions, and it's something that I did a lot in my 20s. And I've read this from cover to cover, so much so this is the one book I've given away the most. I usually have at least 3 copies on my bookshelf at a time. So if there's someone around who needs it or I think would be interested, I have one to give to them. So let's talk about other little ways that we can make out with the old and in with the new. That is also, yes. Oh my goodness. Actually, so not just underwear. I was actually helping my mom clean her bedroom. And her bedroom is not huge, but it's not tiny. But she has a chaise lounge in there. Chaise lounge. There you go. One of those seats that has the long legs that you can put your feet up on, right? It's not in the best of shape. We took it out of her apartment yesterday. And as far as out with the old, in with the new, the new is just having space in her bedroom. And I burned it. I put it on the fire and went poof, it's really, really gone. She can't have it back. So out with the old around here means get rid of it, put it in the trash just on trash day, and it is gone. And we also did that with a bunch of stuff that we had for donations that has been riding around in my car for a week or two, maybe more. Oh, and Jamie, I thought of you as yesterday also I put away my lawn chairs. Yes, my summer, now that we've gotten multiple snowstorms, I finally put away my summer lawn chairs. And I thought of you, Jamie, because I know last year you said your Christmas decorations should be done by the first of the year. So I thought you'd be happy that I got my Christmas stuff away. Um, well, no, no, no. I did not say I'm going to do 1 hour chats all 2025. I said I will be out. Hello, sir. You didn't miss much. That's what replays are for, right? No. We are talking about out with the old, in with the new, looking at what was great and wonderful and building on that. What sucked, realizing that the things that suck at the time just give you bigger, stronger muscles to get through the next thing that's going to be a challenge in life, because there are challenges. So far, the books we've talked about: The Greatest Salesman in the World and Stephen Hawking's Figuring Out How Time Passes and the Universe in a Nutshell. So, gee webs, you're barely late. You're good. Okay, for those of you who have not seen this, Make Your Bed. If you look up Admiral William McRaven and Make Your Bed, there's like a couple different versions, but if you look it up on YouTube, you'll find like a 5-minute version or a 6-minute version. And the Admiral talks about the importance of making your bed every day. Because if every morning you get up and you make your bed, then you will have accomplished something as soon as your feet have hit the floor. And then if you go about your day and you don't have a great day, at least you'll come home to a nicely made bed. The other side of this is when you start your day with an accomplishment, no matter how small, it gives you an accomplishment to build on. And so, little things that can change your life and maybe the world. So, his conversation, the speech that he gives is, if you want to change the world, make your bed. Because when we do just one little thing, Mark, I wouldn't call Mark teaching for 22 years a little thing, but it's like when you do something consistently, it makes a difference. If we are trying to do better for our health, because my husband and I talked about this, and my number one goal for 2025, or the rest of my life, the heck with 2025, is to take better care of myself. So I'm putting better food in me, I'm exercising better. Those are my goals. Because if I don't take care of myself, if you don't take care of yourself, proper sleep, proper nutrition, proper exercise, then you can't take care of anyone else. And like we talked about just moments ago, is that giving thing is awesome. We love giving stuff. But if we don't take care of ourselves, then it's much harder to give. So if you want to change the world, make your bed. You can get the book, or you can go on YouTube and just listen to the commencement speech. And he talks about, let me read this. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task and another and another. By the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you will never do the big things right. Ta-da! And honestly, for real, I started making my bed after listening to his speech and even before I bought the book. So, and I am proud of myself. And do I do it every day? No, I do not. Imperfect progress. This is the thing that matters in life. Oh, Mark, you and I are kindred spirits, my friend. I cannot cook in a dirty kitchen. And this is why I don't cook hardly ever, because our kitchen's mostly dirty. Yeah, so making my bed, I don't do it every morning. I do it most mornings. And this is where another lesson I've learned that hopefully I can share with you guys is that imperfect progress. I don't think, one of those posters over there is always and never, rarely occur. And it's one of those things where imperfect progress is so that you're not beating yourself up. Remember how I said the should thing? We don't want to should all over ourselves. So I should have made my bed, but I didn't. I'm like, no, it's like, it's okay. I make my bed more often than I do not make it. And yes, that is actually G Webs. That is one of the things that he actually says in his thing, is that after a long day, whether it's been good or bad, it's nice to come home to your bed all made. So, all right, the power of one more. Make your bed in a prayer time. Oh yes, actually, Hillbilly, that is how I started my day today. I woke up before everyone else in the house, and it was amazing. Me and the dog. That was it. And sorry, the dog's sleeping over there now. And I did a guided meditation, and then I did this thing called priming, which I meant to drop the link down here for you, but I didn't pull up my email, so that's not going to happen. Tony Robbins, when my son and I went there, and it's just a breathing technique to help you start your day. But prayer, oh my goodness, prayer, meditation, however you want to focus it, quiet time in your mind. There was another link I have for you guys that I'm going to have to put in the comments when we're done. And just like how meditation, that starting your day focused on you and making sure that you are taking care of you, whether it's getting up and going for a light jog or a run, it's getting up and doing that 15-minute meditation or prayer time, making your bed. There are all of these little things that you can do for you to start your day and figure out what your intention for the day is. Because so many of us are so crazy busy. It's like we literally hop out of bed and we're like running around like little crazy people because our lives are just crazy and hectic. And this also brings up The Power of One More by Ed Milet. He talks about working out. And let's say your trainer says, all right, do 3 sets of 10. Well, if you do 3 sets of 11, you've gotten a little bit further. And it's just one more thing that you are already going to get done. And whether it's maybe I do 60 minutes of meditation tomorrow instead of 15, or I think we talked about if I yes, I am here to kick the shit out of you right now. It is true. So, well, Mark, I am glad that you love to get me excited, but like for real, I've been working on this since yesterday, and these last couple ones that I've given you, the shortest live ever, and then a 5-minute one last week, I'm making up. So, and it's wonderful to be a housewife and take care of all of those things. There is honestly this past week that I've had off G23 where I've actually gotten to clean stuff. Oh, it's been so awesome. Sorry, I don't know if I did that on purpose or by accident, but free mental health awareness, walkthetalkamerica.org, love. So, ultimate guide to happiness and success. Because we start by making our bed. We start by making our prayer time. And let's see, ready? I got more stuff. See, this is why I'm like, G23 is here, because we're going more than 20 minutes. And I know we're going to lose Hillbilly in no time because he's got to go back to his green room soon. But Joe Dispenza, he talks about becoming supernatural. He is a doctor who really gets into meditation and paying attention to how we can change our frequency. Is the only way that this is kind of like the words that he uses. And someone said, what do you mean you're going to become supernatural? It's just like, it's having that peace, having that connection with God, having that inner silence and that quiet. Because again, making your bed, making prayer time, making time for yourself, make sure you put good food into your body, make sure you're getting that bedtime when you need it. These are the things that if you focus on you first thing in the morning, you will be able to get a little bit more done in the day. And yet there's more. Zen bow, Zen arrow. What is the short version of this? Well, let's see. All right, I know what I love about this one the best. Oh, and by the way, did I mention part of my 2025 is reading more books? So this time next year, I'll have more stuff to share with you. Um, but this goes back to what we're talking about smart goals and goal setting, quite honestly. In that Zen bow, Zen arrow, one of the things they're talking about is they're literally talking about archery. However, it's seeing the target and then seeing the arrow hit the target and then letting go of the string. I just need a moment for that to sink in. You got it? So you're looking at the target, you see the arrow hit the target, and then you let go of the string. So, sorry, I'll answer that question in a minute, G-Webs. You have to believe and you have to know what the thing is that you want so that you can see how you want it to be. Back to that SMART goal thing of specific, measurable, and attainable. More money is not a goal. $100 more a week is a goal. 10 new students every month is a goal that is specific with a timetable. But you can't hit something that you're not aiming at. So I think that was my favorite thing about here is you have to be able to see the thing that you want and understand what it feels like when you get it. Like most of you guys here, right? We are shooters and we've aimed at a target and we've hit a target. And often as we're pulling the trigger, we already know if that's a good shot or not. We don't have to wait to see the hole in the paper. We know it's like, oh, sights were good. Trigger pull sucked. Or something along those lines. Those are things I noticed. But this is just the idea that you have to know what you actually are aiming at. So back to the SMART goals. Now, not to get too serious on y'all. Oh, so anyway, G-Webs asked how many of these are available on audio. I listened to at least one of them so far. Actually, I think every single one of them here is on audio. Zen bows and arrow, I am pretty sure. And yeah, it's little. It's not really that big. And it's also way easy to read because it's just chunks. Sort of, let's see. Fostering the spirit is painful, hard work. Shoot each shot as if your life depends on it. Be in the dojo wherever you are. It is your choice. Live like a sage and exist like a fool. So have fun. So on that. So yes, super. So not only is it tiny, there's not actually a lot of words in here. And just like the one from Alcoholics Anonymous, you know, you can just open it up and read a day. And a day is a page. So live like a fool. You need to have fun stuff. The punniest joke book ever. So, ready? Oh, wait, where's Fiona? What concert only costs 45 cents? Ready? 50 Cent featuring Nickelback. Yeah, DJ's unmuted. I'm waiting for him to groan. So anyway.
I was unmuted so that I could laugh, but then I muted right back up.
I'm like, I just read the first one I saw. So because Fiona loves concert going, and I'm like, what concert only cost 45 cents and 50 Cent featuring Nickelback? That's kind of funny right there. I'm sorry. But anyway, you got to have fun, right? So dad jokes, homicidal psycho jungle cat also. Because who does not love Calvin and Hobbes? And, you know, for all sorts of reasons, because this is our inner child, right? Talking to our stuffed animals. And when is a joke a dad joke? When it makes you groan and laugh at the same time. Oh, when it's apparent. Oh, that is the dad joke. Sorry, my bad. So, All right. Well, there's other books here in my little corner, but it is 10 of, and I know Hillbilly's got to go, and Mark and the other folks there. Mark, have fun falling asleep in your chair. And one of my last ones is the Dry Fire Primer from Annette Evans. And this is one of the books I give to my students. And I'm like, you should try this because she is very good about talking about how to get into dry fire. And the reason I love it when we were talking about goal setting is that her thing is all about removing barriers. When she was doing dry fire every single day, she's a lawyer, and she would come home and she would legit have a pair of pants with her gun belt on it. So being a lawyer, that's not how she dressed for work. So she could just come home, go to her dry fire dojo, and just change out really quick. And so she's amazing. Oh, sorry, that way. She is awesome about making stuff simpler and easy. What was Gizzard can get you Amazon links for what it's worth. I'm sorry. I'm missing something. I don't know what the last comment was. DJ, do you know what his last comment was? Other than the last one I saw was that you thought that I said I was doing hour-long programs in 2025, which I did not say. But here's the other part of this. I love her for being able to handle their firearms proficiently, save time and money, and training. But then I also love it because of what she said inside. And she said, like, it's Brooke, you are one of the most inspiring people I know, and I'm honored to call you friend. So it's always fun to have stuff like this around because when we have a bad day, we just have to pay attention to what somebody else says about us. So, and of course, we need to make sure that our brains are saying nice things about us as well. Back to, I get to take care of my mom. I get to go to the doctors with her. I get to help her clean her bedroom. And for those of you who think, well, she helped you clean your bedroom when you were a kid, no, she didn't. I am not the cleanest person in the world, but I'm working there, working on it. So, anywho, I will also be throwing in the comments section, both on Facebook and YouTube, and probably LinkedIn, some of the links, not only to the books, but to the talks that are done about the books. Yeah, she's definitely OG gun instructor for sure. And yeah, no, actually, so I'm going to give you a little more back history on this. Annette, with her lawyerness in her brain there, when I first started, I'm grabbing the wrong side each time. Okay, when I started testifying at the Capitol here in Hartford, I would actually write my testimonial out. I would send it off to her, and she would actually proof it for me and help me make it better. So she's been one of my pals for quite some time. Before she started wearing the purple tutu and before she had her own shooting school and all of that. So, yeah, I've known Annette for a long time because we used to go to Pennsylvania all the time and train. So, and GT3, whatever your last comment was, retype it. I have no idea. All right, for real. There you go, GT3. Aren't you happy? It's more than 20 minutes, but it is almost time for Hillbilly, top of the hour-ish, give or take 15 or 20 minutes. So, Mr. DJ, play me that song. No.
No, but I could bring G23's comment up. He was saying that having a holster for your offhand helps.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Or just figure out how to draw with the one that you've got. We've had to do that. And being left-handed, oh my gosh, what a pain in the neck. But anyhow. All right, sir. Well, with that, I think I shall disappear and you can do our lovely closing. Unless there's anything else I'm supposed to do that I have forgotten in all my excitement here tonight.
Take a bow. It's the last show of the year, another year of the books for a show that was on the move and making changes, including its name in 24. So yeah, looking forward to 25 with you. What are you looking forward to regarding the show in 2025?
Being more prepared like I was for tonight. And just I don't know, being a little bit more resourceful for y'all. Um, it's one of those things where it's better when I'm all prepared like this and I have more things to show to you guys. And just, I don't know, that's kind of it.
Yeah, check it out. I mean, you're setting a good example for yourself for exactly that. Yeah, this was fun. I enjoyed this episode quite a bit.
Awesome.
So tonight, joining us for the fun, looking forward to 25 with all of these guys and gals too. Bring a friend next time. Krabby Turtle, G23, Chasing Ghost, Hillbilly Up, Mark Thomas, Kentucky Rimfire, and Hobbies JH586, Feel Better Fella, Fiona, Guns Barbecue, and Gun Websites were here tonight during the live replay, folks. Go ahead and leave comments in the description, or leave a comment at the end of the video, and let us know what you'd like to talk about in 2025. Topic suggestions are helpful from everybody. All y'all out there, until I see you all again, be safe, have fun, take care of yourself and your crew, and we're out.